About a month ago, we discovered Minecraft's secret world, found underneath the bedrock layer of the overworld, and within it, we found one of the strongest gems ever discovered in-game, Wurtzite. So, we wondered what Wurtzite was for and what it did, and today I'm happy to explain to you that we have in fact determined what it's used for. It's used for the amazing new Wurtzite armor. But how does it stack up against Minecraft 1.16's Netherite armor? Well, in today's video, we find out exactly that, comparing the armors, the weapons, the tools, as well as some very special items that we can get from using the tools, all against Netherite. Who will win? Well, find out with us. Now look, I know that Netherite just came out. It's the latest armor that comes from the Minecraft 1.16 snapshots. Weapons too. And heck, even tools. But in today's video, we're gonna be comparing this Netherite to the Wurtzite. First and foremost, here's the Wurtzite armor in question. This is made using the Wurtzite that we found from the previous video where we discovered it underneath bedrock. Is that the ore? It's been in the water the whole time. It looks just like the regular decrepit stone. Can I mine it? It's mining. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got it. Wurtzite. First, what they look like. Here's what full-blown Netherite looks like when it's worn by the player. And here's what Wurtzite looks like when you're wearing it as well. Ooh, very chic. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. But the big difference between these two sets of gear is, if you see here, Netherite can actually survive in lava. It's literally floating. If we were to try and put that Wurtzite in here, you'd notice that it all burns up instantly. Watch, trying to grab it right here very quickly. You'll see that we didn't get any of the Wurtzite back. That's because Netherite is literally forged from bits of objects in the nether. Wurtzite is found underneath bedrock, which is not nether related. So sad. So, Netherite still does have some very good uses. However, Wurtzite takes the cake. Allow me to explain further. First of all, the armor itself, as you saw, ooh, pretty good armor toughness armor, but look at the knockback resistance on these babies. A side-by-side comparison shows us that Netherite has tougher armor toughness, greater armor toughness rather, but as you can see here, Wurtzite has much better armor bonus. Wow, across the board. And look at that knockback resistance, plus 15. Netherite's just plus 1. There's a bit of a downside though. Wearing full Wurtzite will actually slow you down. You are actually given a perpetual slowness 2 effect when you're wearing a full set of Wurtzite gear. That's because the components it's comprised of are so heavy that naturally you're gonna walk around slower when you've got this all over your body. But look at when a skeleton tries to attack us. As you can see, we've got some pretty decent protection out the gate. However, we can improve it even further by holding some of this decrepit stone. Remember when we mined some of that in the last video? Well, here's a reminder. It's kind of eerie. In fact, now that we have this delving pickaxe, we can see what this rock is all about. What even are you? Decrepit stone? So, decrepit stone actually acts as fuel when wearing the Wurtzite armor. The moment we put it in our offhand slot, we are given resistance as well. So now check out this skeleton trying to get us. We actually get an increased resistance level whenever we're being attacked or taking damage of any kind. Fantastic. But you'll notice in the corner there, we're actually losing a little bit of the decrepit stone every so often. Notice we had 64 of those in our hand. Every once in a while, you'll see that it actually goes down. We just went from 62 to 61. So you'll need to mine a lot of decrepit stone in order for this armor to see its full usefulness. So the resistance is good, but exactly how good is it? Well, let's try against this horde of mobs. Wow. As you can see here, they're hardly doing any damage to me when I've got the stone in hand. In fact, they're not doing any damage to me. Pretty impressive. I wouldn't expect anything less from the strongest armor in game. So OP. Guys, can you back up? I got a showcase to do. But let's turn our attention to our next Wurtzite tool, the pickaxe. This has a haste ability and a chance to turn ores to dust. You'll also need decrepit stone in order for you to get that special ability, but check out the speed on this guy. First of all, it gets faster the more you mine it, but more importantly, you'll notice in a hot second here that we're actually going to pick up something quite special. In fact, we already did. Check it out. coal dust. The pickaxe material is so strong that it literally compresses down the ores that we're mining into a fine dust. And that's going to work across the board for all the different types of ore. You'll notice here in a second that we're going to be getting all sorts of different types of dust. Lapis dust, diamond dust, emerald dust, all the different types of dust. In fact, I just gave myself a very fast haste effect so that we can go ahead and burn through a majority of all of these ores right away. And in a moment second here, a moment second, you'll begin to see that we get some dust from the diamonds, we get some dust from the emeralds, we even get ourselves some quartz dust, which is going to be useful for a multitude of different reasons. All these different dusts do different things, and we'll be going over what they do in a later part of today's video, so just be patient. As you can see here, though, these dusts are pretty rare, with us mining about 30 of each block and barely getting any dust for our trouble. The only exception being the lapis dust, and that's just because you get a lot of lapis. Worth noting, so long as you have decrepit stone in your offhand, it will actually delete it from other areas of your inventory as well. If you look at this block right here in my other hand, we're actually seeing that stat go down. So, as long as you keep it in your offhand, you can actually use decrepit scone from anywhere in your inventory. Now let's show you the sword, the ultimate Wurtzite sword. Beautiful. Now, on paper, the Wartsight sword is actually a little bit weaker than the new Netherite sword. So, the Netherite sword, again, still has some use. But the Wartsight sword does come with its own unique special ability. The ability to vaporize. And, on top of that, you also get an ultimate strength boost when you're wearing it. So, if you count the strength, then technically it's much stronger. But you only get it, again, when you're holding decrepit stone, which will also slow you down. Either way, let's go ahead and take out a couple of these Betsies. You can see the vaporization chance from time to time. So for the most part, these are all one-hit wonders when you're using this weapon. But the vaporization occurs when you insta-kill any mob. Now, the downside to using this, unfortunately, is that when you insta-kill a mob, they will not drop anything. So, you can carry this sword around if you're trying to take on some creatures that have a lot more health than, in this case, cows, but you won't get a drop for your trouble. You can see the vaporization in effect here. You'll notice that every once in a while, the golem will just completely disappear. That's right, he's gone. He's completely dead after that. Look, again, another one hit. Now, it doesn't happen every single time. It is a bit rare, but see, it does work sometimes right away. So you'll want this sword on you if you're trying to make quick work of any nearby mobs. Let's move on and talk a little bit about this Wurtzite shovel. Yes, baby. There's a 3x3 chance to lift the earth. So look at this. We're going to clear through. We're going to compare a Netherite shovel and roughly how fast it takes us to get through this sand compared to using the Wartsight shovel. So with that, my friends, let the timer begin. On screen, you'll be able to tell just how fast we can actually burn through all of this sand in front of us. And then, once we use the Wartsight shovel, you'll be able to see exactly what the special effect of the Wartsight shovel is. So we should be near the end of this sandy tomb. And once we do that, we'll get a rough time of what it is we're dealing with. Beautiful. Pretty fast, but now we can see with this puppy. Y'all ready? Check this out. Let the timer begin. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. We're done. We did it. Beautiful. Yo, that was really fast. In fact, we didn't even get to see the other occasional effect that occurs when you're using this Wartsight shovel. It can actually cause you to get, a little bit crushed by the dirt. It's a volatile weapon or tool in this. You see? We're stuck. Ooh, in the earth. It literally raised the earth from underneath us. So you'll want to make sure that you're paying close attention when you are mining with this thing, or at least when you're digging with this thing, because if you don't do that, well, you're probably going to have a bad time. But the effect is fairly rare, so you can safely use the shovel for the most part without needing to worry about taking any major damage. But it will happen from time to time. Best part, though, you can also use it to dig downwards very quickly, no less. Oh, I love this thing. Except when it suffocates me. Let me out. I can't say anything. How about the Wartsight axe? Yeah, don't mind if I do, baby. This has a tree feller ability when you've got your decrepit stone in your offhand slot. However, it does have a chance to spark fire. There's 8 trees here. We're gonna count how many of these trees burn down versus don't burn. So Check this out first of all. Go ahead and mine that away, and the tree instantly disappears. The speed at which it does can vary from time to time, but either way, you should be able to note right off the bat that, wow, we just made quick work of that thing. Yes, all the way. Disappear. Give me what I want. Give me what I need. Again, a lot of the downsides of these Wurtzite tools is that they'll, from time to time, deal some damage to you. But hey, that's a very small price to pay to be able to clear out forests at, breakneck speed. Okay, so we lost a total of 1 tree of those 8. Yeah, small price to pay because we mined all 8 trees in the time it normally would have taken us to do 1. All right, so here's 25 trees. I'll be right back and tell you how many of these we ended up burning. Oh, well, okay, the very first one burned, and then that made the rest of them burn. Well, so much for that. We move on to probably the most useless of the Wurtzite tools, the hoe. This hoe also runs on decrepit stone. However, using the Wurtzite hoe will allow you to have permanent farmland. This farmland is not breakable. You see? Look at it. We're just jumping all over it. Compare that to farmland with, this hoe over here. And look, it instantly breaks. So sad, guys. So sad. But using our Wartsight hoe, look at this. Not a problem. Now, every once in a while, what you'll see is that you'll have the occasional chance that your block turns into coarse dirt, and that's really easy enough. All you got to do is just re-hoe it. Re-till that land, baby, and you will not have... Oops. Oh, boy. That's bad. I mean, look, it's not too much more useful, but, it's better than messing up all your farmland all the time. I mean, you dig? You feel what I'm saying, or what? Oh, gosh, I gotta watch out with the stone. So those are all the Wartsight tools, weapons, and armor, but we now have a couple more things to deal with, namely this dealer. He will actually turn the dust you've been collecting using your Wartsight pickaxe into Enchanted Dust. Whether that's diamond dust that's enchanted, emerald, lapis, quartz, or even coal. And they all come with special abilities. Let's trade this spelunker and get things moving. Okay, we got some coal for our time there. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some diamond dust. We've got some emerald dust as well. Plenty of that type of dust, and naturally some quartz dust for our troubles. By throwing our enchanted quartz dust, we will gain some special abilities. Namely, we've got super speed as well as firewalking. And if you didn't notice here, we weren't taking any damage whilst walking all over this. Beautiful. That's because we also get temporary fire resistance. Now, if you didn't notice, these dusts, they don't last for too long. That's by design. They only last for about 5 seconds. That's because we didn't want them to be too terribly overpowered. So you're going to have to do a lot of mining and collect a lot of dust and emeralds from the spelunker so that you can use this more meaningfully. Lapis dust will let you shoot out a fire bolt of energy, or at least a lapis bolt of energy, which will deal damage to nearby mobs, which is a little overpowered, to be honest, given that the lapis dust is the most common dust. But hey, everyone likes overpowered stuff. I wonder how much overpowered, can we... Oh, really? Clearing the other zombies? Get real. Oh, baby. All right, much better. Let's see. Oh, my gosh. This may be the best thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Eat on this lapis dust, baby. Oh, what do y'all suck? Yeah, it looks like y'all do. Whoa, but they're really happy about it. Guys, come join us. No survivors. You can use coal dust to shoot fireballs. Y'all ready? Check this out. Boom. Fireballs. Fire flame. Oh, gosh. Yo, that one's going real far. Let's see if we can hit this portal from all the way over here. Oh, almost. Can we... It ain't working. And I'm out of dust. That's okay. We got plenty right here. You also get fire resistance when you shoot these coal dusts from all about. I swear, if I can't get one single portal to land... Come on! Oh, yay, we got it. Yo, that's sick. You can use emerald dust to cheapen trades with nearby villagers. So if anything, the first thing you should do with that dealer over there is use some emerald dust so you can get some better trades. For example, we've got this blacksmith right here. 15 coal for 1 emerald, 5 emeralds for 1 helmet. We right click and use this dust really quick. We'll get Hero of the Village and we'll get 11 coal, so a 4 coal discount or a 1 emerald discount. Yo, that's a pretty sweet deal. I mean, it's still not that good of a deal, so I'm gonna have to lapis dust you, man. Nothing personal, except it is. And the final dust is diamond dust, which gives you a small bit of levitation, which you can use to get over borders. not too much of one. As you can see here, we still have to deal with, you know, jumping from block to block. But hey, it makes for some great parkouring ability. Look at us. And you could technically continue to use it before the levitation runs out, and you can legit start levitating. Ooh, higher and higher and higher. Oh, okay, well, no, we're gonna just go ahead and fall at that point. Well, either way, it's rare, so, you know, you're not gonna use it too often. Now, here's Wurtzite after it's been exposed to the main land's oxygen. Nice and different looking compared to that last video. Don't ask questions, but ask what the heck this thing is. This is a special Wurtzite blast furnace. To make it, you're gonna need a blast furnace, who'd have thought, and 8 Wurtzite placed just like that to get your Wartsight Forge. Beautiful. Now, what's very unique about this forge is that when you normally smelt armor in a furnace, you only get nuggets for your trouble. However, if you were to cook up a chest plate in a Wartsight Forge, well, you'll see in a second here, you'll get a full-blown ingot for your trouble. Beautiful. Now, the one special caveat to this is in order to use this forge, you will need to use a bucket of lava as fuel. No other fuel type will work. So what do you think is better, Wurtzite or Netherite? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll keep digging. See you later.